Dear respected colleague and kind Mr. Mustafa Aziz Shahin sir, today my presentation on the new challenges set out by IMO GHG reduction, EEXI and CII. Don't wait, act now. Manage your EEXI complexity and risks, which is a stand for Energy Efficiency Existing Ship Index. Today, here is agenda, all of you know. So briefly, I will go for EEXI, CII, same part 3 and ballast water management as well, which is new decades. Some is classification survey and survey roadmap, a statutory survey, this flag survey, which is for 5-year cycle and basis on intermediate one, and other is annual. Safety equipment and radio survey done by the flag, and there is some audit process. There is a 2 type of audit, in the office audit and another one is the ships audit. You will find the ISM on the office audit and the ships audit, say ISM, ISPS, MLC, all are done 5-year cycle. There is a survey window, usually annual survey plus minus 3 months done by 5-year cycle, and of course there is a one intermediate survey 1 year to avoid detention and up to date of the vessel certificate and class suspension as well. Let's move on the ballast water treatment system, which is coming to force already for the all existing ship, and D2 is treated as a ballast water treatment system, which is mandatory once Marpol oil survey done. There is EEXI, CII and CEngr, the IMO regulatory framework to reduce the GHG emission set out by 2030, where 40% reduction carbon intensity to be reduced compared to 2008. Now you see there is a EEDI, Energy Efficiency Design Index, came into force 2013, whereas our vessel is complied with EEDI. Next come EEXI, as I told, Energy Efficiency Existing Ship Index just came on force 1st November 2022 and must be compliant by 1st January 2023. Let's have a look on CII and same part 3. CII is donors actually for carbon intensity indicator, and Ships Energy Efficiency Management Plan 3 all are came into force 1st November 2022, verified by 2023. There is a statutory the GHG emission reduction strategy background. As I said, this 40% to be reduced by 2030, pursuing to 70% by 2050 compared to 2008. Be prepared. What is the horizon for the EEXI and carbon intensity? The wider IMO contest as 40% to reduction by 2030 and 70% by 2050 to target to reduce the carbon intensity as well as greenhouse gas emission by 2030. Impending changes to carbon intensity compliance. This IMO and one is the industry. IMO is 2018 to 2050. Observe, oriented, decade and act. Changes to regulation, EEDI to EEXI, first intent, then application, then compliance options, then survey and certification, and it will impact on your EEXI as per the new target. The critical changes, introduction of the Energy Efficiency Existing Ship Index applicable for 400 GRT vessel operating internationally must have EEXI certificate, which can be issued by the classification society. The critical changes demonstrate operational carbon intensity reduction. It is 1st January 2023 is applicable. Ship owner must submit the emission data through IMO data collection system. The carbon intensity reduction, there is a, you see A, B, C, D, If D consecutive 3, then E only for 1 year, there is a developing formulation. Or for A and B, incentive mechanism to be adopted. Time is short, act early and take the step to EEXI compliance by your trustee partner, say for any classification society. It may BB or it may be ABS or it may be LR. The EEXI process, first you need to do assessment and adoption and compliance. But compliance must be do by the preparation of EDI file, attain EEXI verified, and onboard management manual to be prepared and to be done by survey by any LR. Let's move on SIM. As you know, part 1, part 2 and part 3. Part 1 from 2013, part 2 from 1st January 2019, and in this decade, new era, part 3 is came for 5,000 GRT vessel. SIM part 3 is concluded and include as well the required operational data, the rated ship D for 3 consecutive years and rated as E. The SIM shall be reviewed annually. And SIM part 3, plan for corrective action for ships rated D for 3 consecutive years or E any year. SIM part 3 to be updated as required, as on when required action or involved. How we can help today? SIM part 3 advisory services, prepare ship specific, draw 3 years implementation plan, review and update SIM part, provide vessel specific analysis for improving operational CII if required. Here is some inductive timeline from 2022 to 2026. As we all know, from 2023 1st January it came on force, and 2024 the start of CII year 2024. We suggested for next step by first planning, implementation, monitoring, self-evaluation and improvement. Definitely evaluation will basis on the EM effectiveness analysis. Act now, manage your EEXI complexity, risks to avoid to risks. Don't wait, start your calculation, analyze your improvement option, prepare the technical file, statutory verification and survey, and finally you will get the certification for IEC. Immediate and future dates for the calendar. Entry into force, the EEXI milestone, EEXI compliance window, EEXI verification window. Get technical expertise for your EEXI calculation and technical file with a trusted partner. I suggested for any classification society would be much more better as a trusted partner, as they have the formulated for the data. How will assist on your journey? First, this technical expert will assign and they will verify the attain EEXI required to your vessel EEXI, and there is a detailed guidelines for the EEXI improvement. Thank you for your patience. It's here. Welcome again. On behalf of Chief Engineer Ziaur Rahman, this is General Manager Bangladesh Shipping Corporation, a student of MPSM P511. Dear